at Daikoku parking area near Yokohama. You can see here behind me Ichioku Tours cars. That's the one I'm driving. Hello and welcome to Rallycross GT. We are here at Daikoku parking area with my friend Nito from Ichioku Tours. We're here to showcase the new car they've got and to meet some other fellow car enthusiasts. This is Ichioku Tours' new car, the Nissan Fairlady Z, or the 350Z as it's called in the US. This bad boy still has its original specs, but had a complete makeover by Liberty Walk, one of Japan's most famous tuning brands. If you'd like to take this car for a spin, check out their website in the video description. Daikoku PA is the largest parking area in the Shuto Expressway, but is also known for being the most popular meeting place for car enthusiasts in Japan. This place literally feels like something out of Need for Speed or the original Fast and Furious movie. There are lots of classic JDM cars, but also exotics, supercars, and even lowriders. This place became popular in the 90s, when street racing was a big thing in Japan. Drivers needed a place to meet before and after the races, and Daikoku, being in the middle of the expressway, was the ideal spot. After street racing died out, Daikoku continued to be a popular meeting place for car fans. You can go to Daikoku pretty much any day of the week and there will be cars around, but weekends are the best days for car spotting. That said, I came on a Thursday night and was not disappointed. Because Daikoku is literally in the middle of the expressway, there's no access by foot. But if you'd like to visit the area, Ichioku Tours can take you there and show you around. If you come to Japan, you should definitely take one day to visit Daikoku. It's a very nice drive from Tokyo and you're gonna see some amazing cars. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe to the channel, and also follow Ichioku Tours on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Good morning everyone, welcome to Rallycross GT. It's good to have you guys back.
We are at the midpoint of the season, round 4, and we are in Nurburgring Nordschleife, the green hell. My name is Kurt Denninger, your host for today. Just preparing the lobby here for the guys. We have a slightly emptier lobby than we would have liked today. Unfortunately, a few people just messaged me said they cannot join due to unfortunate circumstances. But I know they're gonna be here with us in spirit. And as you guys know, show must go on. We're gonna go ahead with whoever is here today. And I know that these guys always put up a hell of a show for us. Nurburgring is the most overrated, the most famous racetrack in the world. It's a dream of many drivers to be there in real life. Speaking about that, like this man here, Coach Robe, has been there in real life for BMW M2. I'm sure if you ask, he will share the video with you guys. It must be on YouTube somewhere. I know he had a lot of fun, and he is really looking forward to this day. Not like that, not tipping the wall, I guess, but you know, he told me that with the minis in particular, he will be really fast. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to the battle with the guys that will be here today. I'm just gonna bring up the score sheets to see where we stand with the championship. How are you guys doing? I can see Evil Malin is already in the chat. How are you doing, Malin? I hope that your back pain goes away and you can come back and join us very soon. I think this is kind of it in terms of people, unless Don joins us to fill in again. I cannot see Don in the lobby just yet. He is from the Group 4 division, from the mini division. He's been filling in, same as Vic actually, filling in here for us. Let's have a look at the standings before we go into racing. So with 3 rounds complete, 3 rounds and 6 heats, Ricardo Pickles is leading the championship on the KTM division with 84 points, ahead of Robe with 77 and Oni-chan with 70. Vic right behind in P4 with 69 and Melon with 68. So the top 5 are absolutely stacked of the regular guys here. They are really close together. Pickles is the only man who has not discarded any race so far, any result. So every other driver has already missed at least 1 round, which is not a problem considering that you can discard 4 hits in total. So Oni-chan and Robe and Vic, they both have 2 hits discarded already in this division, so they can discard 2 more. So let's see if Pickles can come out on top at the end of the season, or if it's going to get caught up by someone else. That is looking very good. I Sleep with Teddy, yo, welcome to the chat, welcome to Rallycross GT and to the Spring Series. We are going to start very soon. It's already the top of the hour, so let me give the Classic starting soon message here. This is us today. Show must go on, and these guys here, they are fast as the green hell. So expect some great battles on track. I Sleep with Teddy, welcome to the chat, welcome to the party here. I hope you enjoyed the race, and Melon, I hope you get well soon, mate. Take some paracetamol or ibuprofen, actually, isn't it? The one painkiller. I don't usually take medicines, so I don't really know the names. But I'm taking some stuff for my cough and chest infection, so my voice is still a little bit funny. Please excuse me if I start coughing too much here in the broadcast. I'll try to mute myself to avoid that. Let's start qualifying. Shit. Vic got the car off the track. We're gonna have to start to do it again. Vic unreadied himself, so we could not go ahead with the qualification. Kindly asking everybody to restart. We can all blame Vic for that. Ted saying he's only a drifter. They're A+. They must be fast. They are alright. They're not like that fast. Robe is only one of the fastest D-pad drivers in the world. Yes, he drives on D-pad, not on the wheel. Pickles is a rallycross veteran, and Onichan as well. He is a seriously fast young driver. But yeah, that's rallycross GT for you. The guys here are seriously fast. Are they not paying attention to the chat? Just cancel qualification for some reason. They're not paying attention, so let's do a hard lobby reset. Apologies for the hiccup, guys, but we can blame Vic for that one. Right, we're back. Just waiting for the drivers to rejoin. And I hope they all get ready this time. Oni-chan and Pickles, they are driving on VR, so must be quite good fun to race in VR here in Nurburgring. Yes, Vic, it's all your fault. Shame on you. Next time I'm in the UK, I'm gonna give you a slap on the wrist. Or you're gonna pay for the beers. Either or, you choose. We have everybody. Yes, we do. Cars on the track, please. Just waiting for you again, Vic. Okay, there he is. Let's start qualification again. Here we go. Round 4, Heat 1 for the KTM division. Qualification about to start. You hear the sound there? They are free to go, and they're all going together. Well, truth be told, they do not have a lot of time to sit around. It's only 15 minutes qualification, so they do have to push quite a bit in the opening lap. Fortunately, there's no tire wear in this in the out lap, so they can push no problem. They just can't mess up. Any small mistake here might mean that they cannot cross the finish line within the allotted time. Ricardo Pickles, the first one out on track. He's got his teeth out this time. Replaced the little cute pickles they had in front of the car with those scary grinning teeth there. So I hope he doesn't bite anyone in the ass. Tricky Vic rocking his Blue to Blue Racing livery. Blue to Blue Racing is another popular racing league here from Australia, New Zealand, this side of the world. They've been racing the KTMs the first half of the season, so Vic saw a half-made livery, decided to pick that one up with our RXGT, and Seabop got some 64 stickers all over it. Oni-chan, our friend hailing here from Japan. He's not from Japan, he just happens to live here, not far from where I am. He's back after missing last round in Deep Forest. Expect him to be really, really fast. Already pushing Vic. Expect him to overtake in the first given opportunity. The King Robe, 4 times champion, 3 times champion, and I'm losing count already. So he won season 1, season 3, and season 4. Yes, 3 times champion Robe. He is back here with his KTM, and he said he will be driving the Mini as well tonight. So looking forward to that. He wants to do a whole clean sweep this weekend. That's what he says. Let's see if he can do that. Quite worried about tire wear though, because the Minis are very tire hungry, and we are scheduled for, well, 20 minutes of race, but I think there's gonna be about 3 laps, and not sure if the Mini can handle 3 laps on soft tires in this very long track, full of corners and heavy braking points. So because I decided to open and let the guys pass, there's no point in holding people back here. Just a recipe for disaster. All these guys have been racing together for quite some while, except Oni-chan. This is his debut season. So these guys, they know each other. Then no one wants to cause trouble. So just open the door, let the guys pass instead of playing hardball here. Approaching the halfway point-ish of the first qualifying lap, of the out lap reader, really. And let's see how they go. So Pickles is falling behind now. He's not able to keep up with his slipstream. At least he's gonna have clean race. Oni-chan managed to get past Vic. I'm not sure exactly how he got past Vic. Allowed Oni-chan overtake on track. But he's not really opening up the gap. So Vic is keeping close. Robe with a little skid there. He can do that here in qualification because there's no tire wear. He needs to look after the tires for the race. It might not be a big problem though during the race, because the KTMs, they usually tires last long enough. But I think if he does that with the Minis, that's going to be something else. Really starting to fall back. Coming to the first carousel, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not very familiar with this track. It's not my favorite. My favorite track in the world is Tsukuba, which happens to be out of the calendar this season for some reason. The reason is spring series. We're trying to focus on longer tracks and race where we haven't raced before. So every single track we're racing this season is the first time, well, except actually the next round. Oh, someone's got a penalty. That's Tricky Vic. Vic's got a penalty, so that's gonna, well, it's not gonna slow him down because it's still the out lap, so that's okay. Lucky him. So there's only one track which we are repeating. We raced back then in season 2, almost 2 years ago, which is Sardinia Windmills Reverse. It's the only dirt track we've ever raced in Rallycross GT. back in season 2, and this man here, actually, Tricky Vic, was the winner of that race. It's a very, very tough race where then champion Duke Lion had a bit of a tussle with Robe. They both went off-road, well, hit the wall rather, because you can't go off-road on a track that's already off-road, right? So they hit the wall, lost a lot of time, and then Vic managed to jump onto the lead and had the race of his lifetime, trying to keep Robe behind him in the final. Ended up taking the win, just about, but it was a beautiful, beautiful race, and Vic had to pop a beer open to celebrate 3 in the morning in the UK there, because he was super, super hyped with that result. As they come down the straight for the first time today, as Oni-chan leading the pack out of the pits into their hot lap, the gap to Robe is consistent. So I think we're gonna have a nice battle between the two during the race. Looking forward to that. Final corner here as they come to open their flying laps. Here goes Oni-chan. Here goes Robe. Vic already open, and now is Ricardo Pickles. So 7:18 the lap times. You could say that that's the same lap time they're gonna do in the race, because it came out of the pits, and then it's very close to the start-finish line. So I'm expecting something around that, like a 7:18 to 7:15, perhaps, maybe. Not much lower than that. Right, what are they doing? We're gonna have to watch that gap between Oni-chan and Robe, because those are the two contenders, big contenders for the win here. But if anyone makes a mistake, you don't want to be too far behind, and you can take the spoils. It's only 4 drivers today, unfortunately. It's not as full of a lobby as we would have liked, but that is fine. We're gonna have fun anyway. These guys here should bring a little bit of grass onto the track. It would be nice if Gran Turismo mechanics, it would account for crap being thrown onto the track and really affecting grip. If you guys are familiar with rallycross, actual rallycross, you know, there's a lot of track development throughout the day, and most of the tracks have a mixed surface, so usually 50-50 or 40-60 tarmac to gravel. We see Vic making a small mistake here, gonna cost him time. So the tracks are half gravel, half tarmac, and as you drive, you know, the gravel part becomes a little bit cleaner, so becomes obviously quicker, and the asphalt becomes grippier, but at the same time the transition parts between the tarmac and the gravel, you have the gravel coming into the tarmac and creates a little bit of a slippery area. As far as I'm aware, games like Dirt Rally 2.0, which have the official World Rallycross tracks, do not have these mechanics. Gran Turismo now has Barcelona, the Catalunya Rallycross track. It does not have these mechanics either. And yeah, games like iRacing that also now feature rallycross tracks, I don't know if they have this level of simulation. It'd be nice if they did, but it consumes quite a bit of brain power from the machines to simulate that kind of thing. The gap between Oni-chan and Robe remains about the same. We do not have deltas on the screen, unfortunately. In GT7 they do not have the sectors. We cannot see how they are doing. One thing I can tell you, we have a lot less connection instability compared to what we had last week. The cars are not twitching near as much. You can see Robe's nose twitching a little bit, but that's because he drives with a D-pad. So he's got digital influence, if you want to put it like that, from the D-pad rather than analog using the stick or a steering wheel like the other guys. I think everyone, no, Vic is also in the controller, but he's using the DualShock, the stick. And there he goes onto the grass again, second time. The gap to the guys in front is quite big. That might play in favor of Ricardo Pickles. Harliard, welcome to the chat, my man. It's good to have you back. When are you gonna buy GT7? We miss you, man. You have to be here on the track with us, so we can play the Spinella sound when you go off track. Hasn't happened often. I remember back in, I think it was season 2 as well, Red Bull Ring, turn 1, someone had you on the inside and you end up an excursion, you know, to the countryside, beautiful countryside of Austria. Harliard is a rally driver specialist, very popular driver in Dirt Rally 2.0. He's raced with us in the past here in GT Sports. Unfortunately, he doesn't have GT7 just yet. But we are hoping to have him back very soon. Very charismatic figure. Hails from the south of Brazil. Very fast driver as well. I wish there was a way for us to calculate how close they are. So, sector, that's 237. Well, it was too late to get a sector here. Next sector. I think actually Robe is gaining a little bit. Tiny bit. Let's see when they land onto the carousel. I do think Robe is catching up. 56. 55, turning to 56. So Robe might have gained half a second to a second over Oni-chan in this hot lap. Oh, small mistake there. Goes onto the grass though. Another tiny step onto the grass. Let's hope that didn't cost him too much time. But I think the gap has gone down. The gap may have gone down a little bit more. Now, as pedal to the metal, they do not have to worry about fuel consumption here in the Spring Series, but tire wear might be a small concern depending on especially in the mini division. So 262. Robe is a little bit slower there. 67, 69, 70. So they clocked to 70 there at the end of the straight, at the fastest point in the track, I guess. Very tidy around the corner. Let's see the time for Oni-chan. Skidding a little bit there before crossing the finish line, and the time is a 7:07 versus a 7:05 from Robe. Very good time there. Crashes into the wall at the end. Tricky Vic with a 7:12, and Ricardo Pickles with, it's gonna be a 7:18. So Pickles slightly off pace. Sounded the horn now, so they are all here sunbathing in the side of the track. We have 15 minutes qualification, so they could, use this extra time to warm up a little bit more. I probably made the big mistake of setting the final time to 3 minutes. So I think, so just do that so we can see the time left on the bottom right. So we have 2 minutes left. Minute and a half. Robe sunbathing. Oni-chan hitting up the seat there in the pits. Vic and Pickles. Oh, Vic doing a little bit of drift there. Just having a good laugh. And Pickles also. What the hell is he doing? So Pickles is going backwards. So that's what he was doing. Going backwards here. So I thought the guys were gonna use this last minute or so to warm up, but maybe not. Unfortunately, we cannot force finish the qualification. 40 seconds left. Let's make a prediction here. We haven't made predictions in a while. So who will win Heat 1 today? Right, we've got the questions here for the prediction. The interface here on OBS is a little bit iffy. We cannot set the time for the prediction. Okay. Yes, 10 minutes for the prediction. Good stuff. Let's start the prediction. Who do you think is gonna take this one? Here are the qualifying times. 7:05 for Robe, very, very good time. 7:07 for Onichan, 7:12 for Vic, 7:18 for Ricardo Pickles. We are looking at about 3 laps of race today. Let's get ready. Let's check if they are ready. Right, everybody seems to be ready. Let's go. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is round 4. We are in the green hell, ready to start with the Heat 1 of the KTM division. Coach Robe with an amazing pole position time starting up front. Onichan right behind, not very far off pace. Standing start, and here they go. Coach Robe making use of the whole track literally there. Right from the start. We are looking at about 3 laps here. 20 minutes of race with 7 minutes each lap. That's just around 3 laps. Random weather, but I do not think we're gonna see any rain today. The sky looks beautifully blue. Here they go. Coach Robe leading the pack. Onichan going a little bit wide there. I guess the right tire is dirty. Not dirty enough to slow him down too much, but Vic gets into the slipstream. Ricardo Pickles a little bit far already. So rocking very, very nice, bright new livery. Shining purple. I like that. It's going to be a little bit difficult to take photos of that livery though, because of the glare. But we're going to try our best as we always do. Onichan now under attack from Tricky Vic. Let's go on board with Tricky Vic as he chases Onichan. So Onichan was not that far off pace there in qualification. Robe was 1.5 seconds quicker, but 1.5 seconds here in Nurburgring is not a lot. Both of them very similar pace. This is my least favorite part of the track. I always botch this part. See the shifting work there from Vic, trying to catch up. Cinematic camera. So Pickles only 2 seconds back. He's still right there. Any small mistakes from these guys, he is ready. 2 pounds. And Robe only 1.1 seconds ahead. Managed to open a little bit of a gap right from the start. It's a good advantage. But I think Oni-chan will be fighting back, and he's bringing Vic with him. So any small mistake from Robe might lose 2 positions. We know Robe doesn't often make mistakes, but we've seen it happen. He's not infallible. No changes of positions so far. Pickles now falling a little bit further back, 5 seconds from the leader, 3 seconds from Vic. I like the camera shots here in Nurburgring, some great pannings showing the car liveries. Great for photos after the race. It's good to see the drivers also so close to each other like this. Nürburgring, we know it often happens that drivers space out a little bit too much. So far, looking very good. A little bit of grass there on the track again from Oni-chan. Robe continues to lead the race. 1.5 second gap right now. Thing is, there's no such thing as a small mistake in Nürburgring. Any mistake here, unless it's literally just a wheel on the grass and you don't spin, any small mistake becomes a big mistake because you end up in the wall, damages the car, then end up losing a ton of time. You don't want to be getting penalties here either, because the penalty zone for this track is in the it's right in the main straight. You're gonna lose a lot of time if you do that. Watching a masterclass of Nürburgring driving here from these guys. They're all really fast. Tire wear on the KTM at least still fresh. I can see that the weather is starting to turn a little bit. Some clouds creeping in. 20 minutes of races means 4 slots of weather. And that means every 5 minutes the weather will change a little bit. So we have some clouds. I haven't seen any rain just yet. Would be nice though. Very nice to see some rain. Pickles struggling a little bit with pace. He's pushing super hard. But it doesn't mean that he is slow. It just means that the other guys are seriously fast. And Vic now losing contact with Oni-chan. He lost at that slipstream. He's now down 1 second. Again, 1 second. There's not a lot lift in the front of the car a little bit there over the crest. Very interesting to see that. While Robe stretched his legs a little bit and he's got 2.1 gap. Through the second carousel they go. Here comes Robe to enter the straight. Comes the straight for the first time today. Coach Robe leading from start to finish. No changes of positions. So far, 2.3 gap. Oni-chan trying to catch up. Vic managed to get 1/10 back before the straight, maybe half a tenth even. Getting closer to 70 there, the bottom of the straight, 268. Here comes Pickles here. Let's go here to the front. See how they take this final part of the track. No mistakes from any of these three drivers. And Pickles coming around now. Also no mistakes from him. Just a little wheel on the grass. Not too much though. First lap. 2 more to go. Kind of thing. Let's just call a quick replay. Just to reset so it shows the clock. Yes, now we have the clock there in the top of the screen. 12 minutes of race left. With 7 minutes each lap. We have 2 more laps to go. Robert going 3 seconds quicker. So are we looking to see a 707 here with full tank and tire wear? A little bit time left here for the prediction. So we have someone investing 8,000 points on Robey to take race 1. Wow. 8,000 points. I hope that whoever voted on Robey knows what he's doing. You're gonna get a lot of points back there from that prediction. 2.4 gap hasn't gone up a lot this time in the start of the race. The gap between Oni-chan and Vic remains 1.3. It's kind of like a 3-man race unless someone botches it really big time, and then Pickles will be able to pick up the pieces because it's 9 seconds off the pace of Vic and 13 of the leader Robey. He's also going quicker than the currently fastest lap. He qualified with a 2:18. Now I don't know if he made a mistake in qualification or not, but he had a 7:22 there in his opening lap. That was 12 seconds slower than Robey, and he had a 7:18 versus a 7:05. So he has about the same. So he was 13 seconds slower in qualifying. He was 12 seconds slower here in his opening lap because he came from P4 and Robey from P1. That's about right. That seems to be the pace difference between the two drivers. 2:03 gap here remains. Did I see a penalty? No, I didn't. I just saw someone in red there. So 2:03 gap. It remains stable between Oni-chan and Robey, going down a tiny bit. But Vic made a small mistake, I guess, and the gap went up to 3 seconds. So now Vic will struggle to catch that slipstream again, unless something happens to the two drivers up front. Oni-chan can still even catch up with Robey, but passing is a whole different gig. Let's see how that will go. Tire, I don't think it will be much room for these guys, but we've seen, in other races, Robey tends to lose a little bit of performance towards the final parts of the race. If it's tire wear, if it's tiredness or whatever, we don't know, but we've noticed that, especially in Fuji Speedway, round 2, against Vic and Oni-chan, we could see that Robey was losing a little bit of performance and still managed to take a good result there and win the race. But the guys were catching up when his tires were starting to wear out. We're past the halfway point. tires are nowhere near as bad as I thought they would be. At least the KTM, well, it doesn't eat as much rubber. The gap is going down actually, 1.9. So curious on how Onichan is able to catch up this quickly. Gap to Vic's gone up again, 6 seconds. Maybe another small mistake from Vic. We can see his tire wear on the rear in particular is higher than the guys in front. Meanwhile, Ricardo Pickles is a masterclass of saving tires. A little bit slower though. 12 seconds behind Vic. Keep pushing though. It's not over just yet. Let's go there to the front. The gap's 2.4 again. Did something happen? Probably something happened to Onichan. Lost half a second. The gap was under 2 seconds not long ago. You can see Robe's rear tire wear a little bit high. It's not much higher than Onichan's actually. I think it's only Pickles has got significantly better tire wear. You know that Pickles has had some real life racing experience when in his youth when he was living in the UK. So maybe he learned a thing or two about tire management in real life and he's applying that here to the game. The real driving simulator, isn't it? That's how the game is called. Maybe the real life driving experience helps. 3.8 down in the time and 2.8 gap to Onichan. That's gone up. That's gone up a little bit. As he come around the final corners. What's gonna be the time? The 7:06 versus a 7:07 again from Onichan. Same time as he had during qualifying. But we probably saw some small mistakes from him because the gap was under 2 seconds at some point, and now it's up to 3 seconds. Vic as well with a 7:12. It's a good lap. I don't remember exactly his qualifying time, but Pickles here setting the same 7:18. I think he's Vic same time as he had during qualification as well, the 7:12. So all drivers doing about the same time as qualification, which is interesting. The car is heavier now, and there is tire wear. They're setting the same time. That means there is more potential in them. They're learning the track, learning the car, and they can go even faster in the second heat. Let's go on board here. Coach Robe, see if we can learn a thing or two about how and why he's so fast. See how he uses the whole track, over the curves. That I hate. Just over his fastest lap time in that sector. You can see as Robe drives using the D-pad, the wheel is constantly twitching. It's not a constant input. All you at Onichan and see how he can hold the wheel half turn, progressively turning. It's very interesting to see the differences in driving styles between the drivers, also between wheel and D-pad. Gap remains 3 seconds. You can just about see Robey there up front still. Let's see Vic on the DualShock. He uses the stick for steering. Still hold the wheel turn enough, not twitching like Robey. It's not as smooth as Onichan. 7 seconds though, the gap is going down. He's going quicker, Vic. It's good to see that. This is the final lap for this race. He's going 1.4 seconds quicker. Yes, he's definitely catching up. Oh no, I can see damage on Pico's car. He thought I was not gonna see that, but we did. Let's see what happened. Already the wall. Even with the long replay, we caught that a bit too late. Pico's gonna have to tell us what happened after the race. Lost 11 seconds in that incident. Back to the front. How's the gap? First carousel. 3.5 seconds. It's looking like Robey might take this one, as it stands. Whoever put 6.8 thousand points there in Robey taking race 1, you know, it's going to be rewarded. 0.1 down, the fastest lap. Bit of a sideways moment there for Robey, also for Onichan. Vic also going to go sideways there as well. Very aggressive entering the corner, not so much sideways as Robey was. Yeah, 8 seconds. I think he lost a little bit. Robey, 3.7, gap's going up. So Robey is actually not losing performance as the race progresses. The tire wear does not seem to be bothering him at all. Over crest they go. 3.8. Onichan had a perfect start there in round 1 Mount Panorama. Won both his races. Robey won a couple as well there in Fuji. But bear in mind we have 4 discards, 4 heat discards this season. So even if he takes like P2 here, it's not the end of the world. It's definitely gonna help Robey. These guys are both very high-level drivers. So I think it's going to be more on discards. Going to play a huge role to see who's going to top the KTM division. Robey now coming down the straight for the last time in this heat. We do not have the sector data. We can see Vic there in the background, quite far. There he is. We cannot see Pickles because it's just now around the carousel. Let's see Robey, because he's coming to take the first win of the day here in the KTM division in the Green Hell, leading from start to finish. He's going to improve his lap time as well. Coach Robey with a 7.6240, very good lap time, taking the first win of the day ahead of Onichan. And Tricky Vic coming around now to cross the finish line, improves his time as well with a 7:10, very good. Oni-chan with a 7:07 twice. Ricardo Pickles now coming down the straight for the final time in this first heat. Half a tank of fuel used, not too bad actually. Across the finish line very, very shortly. Let's go, clap, clap, clap for him as well. Crossing the finish line with a very bad time there after that Spinella incident. Let's see what happened after. Well, Coach Robe with a clean sweep here, with a hat trick, with the pole position, fastest lap time, and the win in the Heat 1. Results on screen one more time. Here are the results. Mrs. Rallycross is reminding me here about the predictions. Let's save the replay first, because saving the replay is more important. So let's choose the prediction outcome. And yes, it was Robe taking the win. Complete prediction. Congratulations to all who voted. You get your points back. And some extra, I think. Let's change this now to reverse grid. Sorry. Set by host and then reverse grid. So Domitsakus, I think Harliard. Let's see who else voted here. I cannot see who voted for some reason. It says Domitsakus and 2 others, probably Mrs. Rallycross as well. Right, drivers are ready. Let's put them in order. So that's Robe now starting at the back, followed by Oni-chan, Vic, and Pickles. This is gonna be interesting now. Because passing in this track is not easy at all. So let's do another prediction. Let's remember that they exist. Who will win Heat 2? KTMs. Okay, just getting the prediction. Another. Oh shit. I only left 30 seconds to vote. Sorry guys. Finger slipped. Let's can I amend this? Cannot amend. Right, checking if the drivers are ready. They are already in position. I think they're all ready. Let's not spend more time. Let's just have a look. Whoosh. Look at that, Robe spinning. Maybe he was just pressing start to say yes in the chat. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Right, everybody on track. Here we go. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is Heat 2 for the KTM division. Reverse grid. So we have Ricardo Picklet starting up front. Coach Robe starting at the back. Can he take another win from the back? It's very hard to pass in this track. Oni-chan is not gonna make it easy for him, and nor will Vic. Ready to go. Oh, jump start from Pickles. Jump start from Pickles. He's gonna lose the position already. Too tricky, Vic. It's a little bit too keen there. Oni-chan trying to find space around the outside right from the get-go. Disaster for the Canadian driver. Lost all his advantage there. And that is gonna play in Vic's hands because he now can get a little bit ahead. Oh, a little bit of contact between Oni-chan and Pickles. I think that was Oni-chan. Pickles ends up in the wall. I don't know if there was concertina in fact that someone got Oni-chan from behind, but Robe now managed to get up to P2. We're gonna try to get the replay of that later. And now he sets his eyes on the back of Vic's car. Let's see how long can Vic survive for. It's not over for Oni-chan yet though, because he is very close behind, 1.6 seconds. And if Vic can slow Robe down just a little bit, that's enough for Oni-chan to catch up in the slipstream. We are on board with Robe as he chases tricky Vic. Just about see Oni-chan in the rearview mirror, 1.7 seconds behind. Come to that part of the track which I hate. Robe trying to find space there, needs to be very, very patient here. Just trying to get past that quickly. It might not work out. He might end up taking Vic out. Need to be patient. Wait for the perfect moments when the driver ahead goes a little bit too wide. Little love tap from behind. Gap to Oni-chan now down to 1.5 because of that the little nudge. So Vic is doing Oni-chan a favor here, slowing down Robe, not letting him just get away in front. Vic trying to shut the door. Robe's gonna go around the outside, no inside. Puts the car side by side and there's a little bit of contact. And Robe nudges the wall. Oni-chan trying to find a space pass, but Robe shuts the door again. Ricardo Pickles takes advantage of the commotion in front and he's now only 4 seconds behind, not too bad. Oni-chan trying to find space there, nudges Robe on the back. Robe almost goes off track. Still got damage in the front of the car. Vic's got a little bit of breathing space. Robe's car miraculously fixed itself. Back to full performance again. He's got front arrow. We have a very long straight. Robe on the inside, Oni-chan trying to go around the outside, trying to find a space somehow to get past. As they go over crest. There's literally no space to pass here. You need to go with a mistake from the opponents or pass at the end of a very long straight. But even then, it's not so easy. Oni-chan goes a little bit wide there, touches the grass, loses half a second. Robe can breathe a little bit now and try to catch Vic again. Through the carousel, the first carousel. There goes Robe, there goes Oni-chan. Ricardo Pickles as well. Pickles is keeping up a little bit more this time. I think Vic is doing everyone a favor, holding the fast guys back. Let's see if he can survive after the long straight though. closing the gap again. Let's go on board with Oni-chan. Using the whole track as well. You can see Robe also using the whole track and a little bit more, the curbs and almost the grass. The gap between the first three drivers is only 1.5 seconds. It's half a second between each of them. It's nothing here in the considering the scale, the size of this track, the length. Very careful on the throttle, Oni-chan. Staying in fourth gear there as well. Falling 1 second behind. Gonna have to push a little bit more. Base 0.6. Coming to close to the second carousel. Then we have the big straight. Oni-chan needs to be within the slipstream if he is to stand any chance of winning this race. Vic will not make it easy for Robe. There's the carousel. The gap is 0.3 between Robe and Vic. If Robe gets past before the carousel, before the straight, is game over. Oni-chan, he is now within slip range, just outside again. Okay, so now it's time. I don't think Oni-chan, yeah, he's out of the slip. He will not manage to get the pass done here. Vic and Robe literally side by side. Robe has a little edge. Don't put the car in. Not yet, mate. Vic trying to get the slip. Robe changes, moves the car sideways to shake Vic off the slip. Come to the final corners now. So now it's going to be very difficult for Oni-chan to chase Robe. Vic needs to stay within slip. Oni-chan needs to stay within the slip as well. Or maybe Vic, if Vic can manage to attack Robe, make a pass somehow, that will play in Oni-chan's hand. If not, it's pretty much game over for him. How's Ricardo Pickles doing? 7:24 first lap. Not too bad. 7:16 for Oni-chan, 15 for Vic, and a 7:15 as well for Robe coming from the back of the pack. So Robe already 1.2 seconds away from Vic. Okay, so Vic had the lights on there. I saw he had the turn signal. He was allowing Oni-chan to get past. He wants Oni-chan to go and chase Robe, and he wants to catch up with the slip there. He wants to use Oni-chan's slipstream to pull him. Very clever, this tricky Vic. As we know, racing is not all about speed. Strategy is also really important. Maybe a little bump draft there in the long straight, if they're still close, would help. Who knows? People started to form alliances here now. Try to defeat the big boss. How's our friend Pickles doing? Here at the back of the pack with the clouds hovering over Nurburgring, the Eifel region of Germany. .1 gap that is remaining stable and almost unchanged. It's amazing to think that this guy is so close after 3 laps of this track. So many corners. Really shows the level of these guys. Quali behind a little bit, 1.7. 1.4 going up here as well between Robe and Oni-chan. But it's not over yet. We didn't call any replay yet. Let's see if we can see the replay like that first exit right at the start of the race. We had a different marker here already, I guess. I'm not sure where this replay is from. Now we have the clock on top of the screen. 9 minutes left. The gap remains 1.6. Robe get away with it. Can Oni-chan fight back? Lost the car a little bit there at the start. A little bit of understeering into the curb. Not lose too much time though, that's good. We're on the carousel, they've got the headlights on because of the fog and clouds here in Nurburgring. So visibility has been slightly affected. Pickles there at the back. It's only 14 seconds off the pace this time, it's not too bad. Shame about that jump starting with the contact at the start of the race. Whoop, careful. Almost lost the car there. Well, gap's gone down to 1.1 here up front. Maybe a small mistake from Robe. Can Oni-chan push just a little bit more and catch that slip? If he can catch the slip, then I think he can catch Robe. It keeps fighting, 1.92 seconds. Into the straight again for the second time this race. The gap is 1.5. We are outside slip, too far. Oni-chan's gonna have to wait for a miracle somewhere else. Because it's not coming this lap. They're both going quicker. Coming to the end of the straight here. Let's see how they do it. No trouble at all for these guys. The gap remains really close. The same 707 again for Oni-chan. 707.9 for Coach Robe. So it was a 708 actually for Oni-chan. Showing the wrong time. Seeing Robe going quicker, but I think he had to pass Vic in that lap. We see a little mistake there from Oni-chan. I think that we almost ruined his chances to catch Robe. It wasn't a big enough mistake to play into Vic's hands though. So Vic as well will have to wait for and hope for a miracle if he wants to catch any of the other two drivers. Our Canadian friend does not give up, he keeps pushing here with us, rocking his new livery. So we've got the kilometer signs there on the side of the track. I never noticed that before actually. Very nice shot there from the drone. Follows Ricardo quickly around the track. Let's go to the front. Heat 1 winner, Coach Robe about to win Heat 2 as well as it stands. He's got 2.5 seconds gap. Nietzsche lost a little bit of time after the mistake. Great drone shot here following Tricky Vic. Little moment there for him going to the grass as well. He's having a very good drive today. Keeps pushing, tires should last. I think he is at the limit of his skill here with a 707, which is an amazing time actually on sports tires in this track with the tire wear as well. Don't forget that. Robe absolutely loves this track. This is his playground. Super hard. Let's see the next sector. How much quicker he's going. If he can do another 7:05. That qualification was very good lap indeed. He said he can go even quicker on the mini. So looking forward to see that. Only 7 seconds, he's in the top 3, it's nothing, pretty much nothing. Any small mistake here, we can still see changes of positions. They still have visual of each other. You can see Vic here, can still see Oni-chan with 2.3 seconds gap. Oni-chan probably had a little moment back there. Just about lost Robe of sight, 5 seconds. Lost Robe now. We got a bit of a straight. Might look to see him again. Not even here. Robe finally managed to get away. Doing what he does best, which is go flat out with a clean track. Vic hoping for another small mistake there from Oni-chan perhaps. So he can grab some extra points. Pickles, who is currently the championship leader, having the best race that he wanted here in Nurburgring. I think the next round might suit him. Next round we go to Sardinia for our first off-road round of the season. First and only, of course. I think this KTM's going off-road is going to be absolutely beautiful. And the Minis is, oh, Tricky Vic with a little moment here. We caught that right on screen before the second carousel. Let's catch that on the replay. What happened? Managed to save it though. Well done. Coach Robe already on the big straight. All by himself. 6.3 seconds gap. Looks like he's gonna make a clean sweep today again. He's won race one, heat one. There in the after qualifying first. He got the fast lap. And it looks like he's gonna get another hat trick here. On race 2, here comes Coach Robe to win both races today, heat 1 and heat 2 in the green hell with a time of 7:05.525 to take the win. Very, very well done, Coach Robe. Double win for him. Onichan also superb job there, taking P2. Tricky Vic with a 7:11 time, managed to improve his personal time, also very good. And Ricardo Pickle is coming around now. He's going to take P4. These are the four gentlemen who race here today. Exactly the same results for race 1 and race 2. Funnily enough. Here comes Pickles. Big cheer for him. 7:17, managed to improve his personal best as well. But Coach Robe absolutely unstoppable today. Saving the replay, and here are the race results. Here are the results. Well done, Coach Robe, taking the double win today. Let's do that prediction thingy. It was only 30 seconds for the prediction. Unfortunately, whoever voted in those 30 seconds picked wrong. Robe took the win again. Sorry for only 30 seconds for voting, guys. But well done, guys. Now we gotta reset the lobby and get ready for the mini VGT division. We're gonna have a little break, and when we're back, we have the minis. See you guys soon.
Hello and welcome to Rallycross GT. If you're a car fan and you're visiting Japan, here's something very unique for your trip. Let me introduce you to Ichioku Tours. They're a company that allows you to rent Japanese sports cars to drive them around Tokyo. I will be testing one of these 1989 Unos Roadsters, but they also have other JDM cars available to rent. There we go. This is a really unique way of exploring the city from a different angle. All you need for this is an international driving permit or a valid Japanese driver's license. Ichioku Tours offers a number of predefined routes which take you around some of Tokyo's most famous neighborhoods. But you can also simply rent the car and drive it around by yourself. If you need to use the navigation system while driving, but you don't want to use your mobile data, you can rent a pocket Wi-Fi for a small extra charge. You can also rent an ETC card, which is a must if you want to drive on the expressways. Most cars come equipped with air conditioner, Bluetooth speakers, and a dash cam. They also offer emergency phone support in case you have any trouble while driving. I will leave Ichioku Tours details in the video description below, so you can check out their website and follow them on social media. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's it for today's ride. See you next time.
Welcome back to Rallycross GT. It's time for the mini VGT division here in the Nurburgring Nordschleife. Round 4 of Rallycross GT Spring Series. My name is Kurt Denninger, your host for today. You can see the guys doing a quick warm-up before the race. KTM division, which was won by this man here, Coach Robe. He took Heat 1 and Heat 2, and for the first time this season he will be jumping into the mini VGT as well because he absolutely loves this track. He wants to win every race to today if he can. I think Mini VGT Championship leader Tricky Vic would not want to see that happening. Vic, who is leading this season with 115 points, ahead of Socrates with 101, and Don Mitsakos with 94 points. These are your top 3 drivers in the Mini VGT division. Rob on drums, unfortunately absent today, he's in P4. Ricardo Pickles, he is, this is not his main division, but he's racing here as well as a filler, scoring points, he's in P5. Then we have Ridge Racer, who also unfortunately unable to join today again. I think everybody is ready, should be ready, I hope they are ready. Starting soon. I wonder how quick the Mini can go in the straight. The KTM we saw clocking 270 just about. Let's just see Vic at the end of the straight here, how quick he can go. You know what? Let's start qualification because you can see that during qualification. It's time for qualifying time. Qualifying here in the Mini VGT division. Coach Robey, last one to come out of the pits. Heating up the tires a little bit more, heating up the seat. Ricardo Pick is the first man to go to the track. This car should be a tiny bit quicker than the KTM. Look at Vic there. Ooh, contact between Vic and Pickles. Pickles managed to avoid big damage to the car. Let's go on this camera here. Vic goes on the inside and ends up taking the Canadian driver out. Vic ended up picking some damage himself as well. And Pickles got a penalty. Beautiful. So we know this car is slightly quicker. It's got more potential top speed. KTM doing 270 just about at the end of the straight. Literally just about, it's more like 268 most of the drivers. I think this car will be able to go a tiny bit quicker. Roby rocking some default livery. I was teasing him earlier saying that he would not have any pictures taken on Instagram because I hate default liveries. And look at that, Roby going off track, having a little bit of a moment there. Off track a little bit, but with this car here, they are 4-wheel drive, they can go off-road and come back no problem. Really looking forward to see these cars next routing Sardinia Windmills, round 5 of Rallycross GT. What they can see, what they can do in the dirt. This car is a pocket rocket. Super powerful. Shame it doesn't have the cockpit view for some reason. Polyphony Digital decided not to put cockpit view on the majority of the VGT cars. That's why the windows are completely blacked out so you can see inside. Vic and Don are very close to each other. Don, as it stands, he might make use of Vic's slipstream in the straight, but right now it doesn't matter so much because they are still in the out lap. Very nice hooligan delivery there for Don Mitsakos. Here as well, very fast driver. Took the silver medal home last season. Actually, speaking out loud, all the 5 drivers here today, they were in the super final last season. We are only missing Evil Malin, who is missing out on the race today down to an injury. Hope he heals up quickly and we can see him next week in the only off-road round of the season. Yeah, well, soon Malin. He's the only one that was in the super finals that season that is not here today. We're gonna have super finals here as well. We got a penalty there for Pickles. But yeah, the penalty since the start of the qualification, just remember. Super finals this season will be in Laguna Seca in the US. Very, very tight track. Looking forward to that. It's actually a very quick track as well. Very short lap times. Don got past Vic. Let's see how that happened. I know this is just qualifying, so Vic had a bit of a moment there, went off track. Don with the overspeed. So tried to get past and finally managed. Melon there with an upset face in the chat. Come on, man, you have to use the Twitch emotes. Look at this one here. This is much more dramatic. Some of Twitch emotes, they are really, really apologize for my funny voice already, but apologizing again, guys, for some of the lengthy silences. I'm still fighting a little bit of a chest infection here. I'm taking expectorants. I'm coughing a lot, and I don't want to be coughing in the broadcast. My voice is still not 100%. Hopefully it will be better next week. Still has not caught up with Pickles. Wonder why. Right, let's go see Vic is P1 again. Let's see the top speed of these cars. Getting closer to 70 as well. Yeah, it was about the same top speed as the KTM actually. But this car's got a 4-wheel drive power. It would be interesting to see both the KTM and the Mini in a race together. A bit of a longer race as well, because we know that tire wear affects the KTM less, but the Mini is a quicker car, so something where the Mini will have to pit and the KTM might not need to pit. It would be really, really interesting to see. Who knows, we can do that in the future. One-off event. As they go into their flying laps, I should have reduced the total time after qualification, but I forgot. Coach Robe, I think he left a little gap to Pickles so he can push. Go into the grass a little bit there. But the left wheel's a bit dirty. As if Pickles as well would do better with the Mini than he did with the KTM. He was not particularly pleased with his results today. In the KTM division, a double P4. Can he redeem himself? Can he finish the podium here today and upset the regulars? Greek squad, as always, pushing super hard. Socrates and Don. Vic, how far ahead is Vic? Quite a bit, so even if Don catches up, Socrates is also far back. So these three drivers, I don't think they will be trading slipstream during qualifying. Look at this angle, super. So they're not going to be trading slipstream during qualification, that's good. Oh, Vic going to the grass a little bit. Try to see their times in the sector so we get a rough idea of how they're doing. Vic's coming to the sector very soon. His left hander about here, let's see. 238. 238.3. Don is much slower. But no sector for him. But then Pickles got a penalty during the race. No, disaster for him during the qualification, sorry. It's really gonna hurt his lap times. It's not popping the sector bleep here for these guys for some reason. GT7, the real bug simulator. We're gonna have to wait and see the gaps at the end of the laps. But I think between Vic, Don and Socrates, from seeing them racing in other races as well, it's going to be really close between them. I'm curious to see Robe's time though. He was he said before the race, you know, expect greatness. Well, let's see. To see a good battle. Went around carousel for the first time. A lot more understeer with these cars compared to the KTM. Goes Don, Socrates. That half a second penalty will hurt Pickles' time for sure. He's going to start at the back of the pack. On the carousel. He's got some damage in his front left. I wonder if that's what got him the penalty. They already passed the carousel, I think. A little bit of dust there being lifted by Vic. It's Castro inspired. Mini Countryman VGT. Going flat out here through this sequence of fast sectors. is. There's Don as well in the carousel. Everybody going to the carousel. First Pickles a little bit far back. Here's Pickles as well. No, not yet. Come on, mate. Here we are. He goes to the carousel as well. There's Robe. Robe is catching up with Pickles so much. So much. You can almost see them in the same camera shot. Right, they're coming down the straight. Don is certainly catching up with Vic. That's at least what it looks like. Maybe it's a camera trick. I think it was definitely a camera trick there. Storming down the straight. Through the final corners now. Here comes Vic to set his qualifying time. The time is 7:04. Decent time. Domisak with a 7:05, 7:50. Socrates with a 7:06, 2:33. That's Vic with the pole position for now. Coach Robin catching up with Pickles. Pickles hits the brake there. He's gonna destroy Robe's lap. He will not do that, I guess. 7:10, very good time. And Robe with the pole position was 7:0. 7:0880. Robe is on fire. He did say that we were gonna see greatness, and we are seeing a great lap indeed. Can he go sub 7? I don't think he can go sub 7 during the race because of the fuel and the tire wear. But this was a great qualifying lap. Anyway, Vic doing his usual thing there. Celebrate is he gonna be doing burnouts for 2 minutes? I hope not. There he goes, using his 2 minutes left to warm up a little bit more. That's what these guys should do. He won't. He will be doing more tricks. Meanwhile, everyone else just chilling there. The Greek squad. Pickles is making use of this extra time to practice. Let's do another prediction. Let's use this time. Prediction. Who will win Heat 1 today? Minute submission period, yes. Yeah, 10 minutes submission period, let's go 15 minutes from now. Let's get voting, guys. Who's gonna win Heat 1 today here with the minis? Qualifying done and dusted. Here are the times. A 7 flat by Coach Robe on sports tires. Sports tires, bear that in mind, guys. A lot of people brag about their lap times with racing soft. He's doing this on sports soft. I want to see if anyone out there can match this time. Tricky Vic, Don and Socrates really close to each other. I think Pickles would have been closer had not been by that penalty. Are we ready, guys? I wonder if anyone is going to race on medium tires. I do not have any intel on tire wear. I know that a pit stop will not be a good thing for them. Let's see. Prediction on Twitter. Let's see how the votes are going. 10 points only. You guys can put more points so you get more points back. Whoever voting here for now. can do more than just 10 points. Looks like everybody is ready, done. Right, we're not gonna wait any longer. We are going to race. We're going to race. Welcome to Rally Cross GT Spring Series. We are in round 4 here in the Green Hell, and it's time for the mini VGTs. Coach Robe starting up front, followed by Tricky Vic, Tomisako Sock, Art of Driving, and Ricardo Pickles ready to go, and it's race time. Very good start from Robe up front with Vic right behind. No jump starts here for the minis. We've seen Pickles jump starting in the KTM's race 2 today. Earlier on, as they come down the first few quarters of the Green Hell, Vic's gonna try to stay as close as he can to the coach, still within slip range. But I think tire wear is going to be a big thing in this race. Are you gonna see a full Greek podium maybe? Oh, look at Vic, he's actually 1/10 of Robe. Vic is flying in the minis. We don't have a cockpit camera here, unfortunately, guys, so I cannot put on a first person. Actually, let's put on a good camera. Good camera is nicer. Whoa. Almost going for the overtake there, Vic. A little nudge on the brakes. This start of race here for the minis is epic. Vic literally pushing Robe. I don't think he was expecting that. He expected to be like just cruising. But Vic is right there. Domisako 6 tenths back, not too far either. Socker is losing a little bit of contact, and Ricardo Pickles trying to stay in touch with the other Greek driver. Back to the front. No one expected to see Robe under pressure right from the start. But that's exactly what we're seeing here. Vic, again, 4 tenths down. Domitsako's falling back over 1 second already. Oh, Vic a little bit in the grass. I think I saw dust coming from the front as well from Robe. I think that little stroll on the grass might cost Vic the race already because he lost slip. Robe is now 1 second ahead. Can Vic fight back? Needs to, I don't know if he is out of the slip, if he's got any chance, but tire wear might be in his favor because he definitely has more experience in handling the mini than Robe. Domitsako's now super close. Trying to mount an attack here on the British driver. You know, these guys will be going for a Greek 1, 2, 3 if they can. But Vic is there to ruin their party. Rallycross GT Season 3, we did have a Greek 1, 2, 3, the whole Greek squad taking the medals home. Saved me a lot of trouble with shipping, to be honest. And then last season, Vic managed to take medal home as well. His first medal in Rallycross GT. Pickles is crazy to take one home as well. Can he this season. He's got strong chances, a strong contender to be in the super final. Then it's all a matter of pushing to the absolute limit there in Laguna Seca in the super final. Finishing the top 3 in there, and you take a medal home. Tomica miniature plus a very special miniature customized by our sponsor Simple Custom 64. I will not be sharing details on what the miniature is. It's he's working on a Majorette casting, so it's not a Hot Wheels, it's not a Tomica, it's a Majorette. So slightly different level of details. It's got working suspension as well, but you can expect some amazing stuff from Simple Custom 64 because their customs are not simple at all. They're very, very nice. Rowe holding that 1.6 gap there to Vic, and we can see that the front tires with just over half a lap, it's starting to be quite bad already. It might not be fully worn out by the end of the race, but I think it will cost them lap time for sure. Tomisaku's 2.4 will go into the grass there almost. Socrates 1 second behind his cousin. Wonder if they're gonna fight. I think checking the standings here again. Socrates is currently P2, Don is P3. So if they're gonna help each other, you know, they should focus on Socrates so he can take the P1 away from Vic. Because if you win the KTM division, if you win the mini division, it doesn't matter a lot. The only thing it matters is that it will affect your starting position in the super final. So you win the KTM, you're gonna be pole position with the KTM in the super final. You win the mini, you're gonna be pole position with the mini in the super finals. So, and then you alternate. So the winner of the KTM will be second place with the minis. The winner of the minis will be second place with the KTMs, and so on. So it alternates positions. So finishing first will be a huge help in the fight for the overall title. Finishing second in your division puts you in P3 or P4 in the super final. So and now also the super final will be 8 drivers. It's going to be a much more stacked lobby, and yeah, any position that there's no qualification for the super final, so every little helps there basically. Going through the drivers here, they're still in the same position as they've qualified. Vic had a very good start of race there, pushing Robe, then lost a little bit of contact. You see Pickles here that qualified last. He is not too far back. He's actually doing a lot better with the minis than he was in the KTMs for sure. Even though he's driving in VR, he does not have the onboard camera here with the minis. He's still doing quite well, actually. He did want to drive the minis from the start when we announced the cars, but then he was really upset when he found out there was no cockpit camera. Something for me to keep in mind in the future for whatever other tournaments or one-off events we do. You know, think about the VR drivers. About those guys that have to drive in cockpit, have to. imagine, like first world problem. You have to driving on board because you have the freaking VR headsets too. PlayStation. Wow. There goes Vic, continues to chase Robe, 2.1 seconds gap. Socrates did get ahead of Don actually. We don't know here if Don made a mistake or not, but he's now 2.3 behind Socrates. And Vic might be able to close in on Don actually. Push a little bit more. I think he can. The gap there is stable at 2.2, 2.1 now. Because might be able to get away from the last position. Let's just color replace so we get the time on the screens. There we are, halfway point of the race, and the tires, they are, well, pretty much halfway through. Very, very soon we're gonna get to that point where the dip in performance starts to become visible. And then I think might see some changes here in the front of the grid. We're using a little bit of the grass there as well. Pushing to the absolute limit because he wants to take the win here in his home division. Going around the carousel now. Socrates coming along as well. Don. Everybody through the carousel. Vehicle's going a little bit deep. Lost about a tenth from there. He's still got Don on his screen, on his sight. Tire wear for all of them is very, very similar. I expected tire wear to be a little bit higher here in Nurburgring. It's not as bad as I thought, actually. Lucky them. I was really hoping that someone would have to go for medium tires here. Just noticed actually Robe using the handbrake for some of these corners. Interesting. The handbrake with the Mini. I wonder if he's using the handbrake to rotate the car. It's not enough that he's holding to rotate the car, or if he's using that to lock the rear wheels rather than the front with the regular brake and save a little bit of tires. I don't know, maybe I'm just making things up here. Who knows? Helicopter camera catching all the drivers here much closer this time than they were with the KTMs. And look at Robe's tire wear. The gap now is going down to 2.1, 2.2. I think it was 2.6 earlier, right? I think we are getting to that point where the tire wear is starting to become a problem for these guys. We're down the straight. So Don and Pickles, they seem to be the drivers with the most tire left. But look at Robe. Vic as well's got more than Robe. So it's not even two full laps yet. and Robey's tires, they're more than 2/3 down. He's gonna finish this race on the rims. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be very, very interesting. So let's see how quickly, you know, he gets into the rims, because that might change a few things for race 2. Perhaps, you know, if you have half a lap on the rims where you cannot control the car as well anymore, you might as well race on medium tires. I don't know. I've not done much practice. The gap was 2.6, now 2.3 already. I think Robey is starting to suffer from a terrible illness called chronic understeering. I think it's going to be less than half a lap. He's going to be out of tires. It's going to be a little bit longer than that. Wish we had Rob here with us. He's usually the only person who can do a whole race without and save some tires. Rob is unfortunately able to join today. Ricardo Pickler's a little bit off pace there, 5 seconds behind Don, doing that 7:12. I didn't see the other lap time, so 7:12, 7:12. So Don was quicker in the first lap. Wow. 7:08 for Socrates. Probably made a mistake here now because Don really caught up. 7:06 for Vic, and then a 7:05 for Robey. Big cheer for these guys here because they are putting up a hell of a show for us today. There's 5 drivers here in the Mini, 5 warriors tackling this ring hell. The gap remains stable at 2.5. 2.5. Well, how long more can Robey survive with that little rubber? 2 seconds. Is that enough time though? Like the difference in tires between Vic and Robey. Is that enough for Vic to mount an attack when Robey goes proper on the wire and Vic is not? Is that enough for him to be able to attack and get P1? I wonder. Getting very, very close to the limit. I said that before, but I'm really disappointed with the physics changes in the game where running at 0 tire wear is not that bad. It's getting a little bit dark here, is it just me? Here in Nurburgring, some clouds are hovering over the track. I think these guys here are getting close to each other as well. Not so much. I think Socrates managed to recover after the little mistake, and Pickles is now 6 seconds behind. The gap's gone back down to 2.5. We got to 2.8 at some point. Now 2.5. You can see the difference in tires. With half of the lap already completed, maybe, you know, he'll be able to go the full lap without reaching the rims. I have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed with that as well. I was expecting them to be on the rims and maybe even see a pit stop here. But it's interesting to see how different the tire wear is between this car and the KTM. Oh, first mistake there for Robey in the carousel. He goes a little bit wide there and loses the banking. Let's see the other guys. They all managed to keep the car. No, not for Don as well. Keep within the banking. Very important. No problem for Pickles. The gap went down to 2.1. It's back up to 2.3.4 already. mess up as well. Perhaps he did. Only 2 seconds gap, 2 and a bit. What could happen here is that Robe is going to get to the end of the straight with no tires left. And that could be a dangerous game. A little bit too wide there for comfort. We're getting to that critical point now. Guys, still there in the battle, but this is what we want to see. These two guys are still close. If Vic was still within slipstream range, I think he would have been able to put a great fight, a lot of pressure on Robe, but that 2.4 gap, it's nothing, pretty much nothing. I think the next heavy braking, Robe's tires will be gone. There it is, almost like literally 1 pixel left. Vic's got a little bit more. They're holding on. 2.1 is going down, and there it is, 0 tires for Robe as he takes a left now to get into the straight with 0% tire left in his front left side. Vic is closing in, not closing in enough. He will not be able to get within slip. Now, will Robe make a mistake at the end because of the tires? They both storming down here at full speed, almost 270 per hour, 265. 67, 68, 69, 270 there for Robe, just about, I think 272 I saw, yes, 272, nice. Into the braking 1.6 gap. And Robe manages to keep the car under control in the most adverse situations possible and will take the win here in a Heat 1. With the Mini VGT, Coach Robe takes it by 1.8 seconds only, a very slim margin over Tricky Vic. V3 goes to Sock, Art of Driving, Don in P4, and Ricardo Pickles only 20 seconds off the leader, much quicker than he was with the KTMs. Will take P5. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait for race 2, but Robe here with the perfect start of day. Another hat trick for him. Here are the results. Coach Robe with the win, followed by Vic, Socrates, Don and Pickles. In terms of best lap, Pickles almost catching up with Don. We saw that Pickles had a penalty there in the qualification. But looking at that, you know, almost just about able to pass Don in terms of lap time. Right, let's reset this to reverse order. Now this is going to be very interesting. It's good to see as well, connection is much more stable than it was last week. We had a couple of incidents which drivers complained about, and we found out in the end that it was down to connection issues. When we saw the replay from both drivers, completely different things on both screens, so we know that is down to connection. So no further action was taken, which is good. We do not want to be penalizing drivers, especially when it's not really their fault, isn't it? Just waiting for Robe and Socrates to get ready. They must be on voice chat, perhaps. you know, discussing strategy for this next race. Yeah, guys, going on and hold Vic so I can pass, type of thing. But we know that Vic and Robe are going to be really, really close to each other. Yes, everybody is ready now. Good stuff. So my controller died, so I had to get a charger. Not that. Starting grid. Right, Riccardo Pickles up front, followed by Domitsakos, Sock Art of Driving, Tricky Vic, and Coach Robe. I think we're good to go. Looks like everybody is giving me the thumbs up. Not all of them, but I will assume that they are all ready to race. Welcome to Rallycross GT. This is Heat 2 for the Mini Countryman VGT. Reverse grid, so Riccardo Pickles one more time, starting up front, and Coach Robe at the back. We've seen a great battle between Vic and Robe in Heat 1. Are we going to see it again here in Heat 2? Ready to go, no jump starts? Here they go. Pickles holding onto the lead, no jump start for him this time. Socrates had a bit of a poor start there. Vic closes in and trying to make a move already. Coach Robe was the only driver to be completely out of rubber at the end of the race. It did not slow him down too much, but it did affect his performance in the closing stages of the race. Robe all over the back of Tricky Vic, as well as Vic on the back of Socrates. We see a little bit of sideways moment here. Socrates in the grass. Vic gets a penalty, and both Vic and Robe get past Socrates. I'm not sure what happened. We're going to try to get a replay later. I see Robe already trying to force his way through past Vic, and a mistake from Robe. Robe's in the grass. Robe is in the grass there, loses a little bit of time now, and he slots in behind Socrates. That's exactly what Tricky Vic needed. A mistake from the coach. So that half a second penalty there is not going to hurt him that much. I think he will still be able to stay within slip range. How are things up front here? Pickles holding himself in P1 ahead of Domitsakos. These two drivers had a very similar pace in qualifying the last race in terms of raw pace. Let's see if Pickles can hold on to the lead for long here. For how long can he do that, rather? We forgot to close the prediction for race 1. We're gonna do that now here quickly. The outcome, it was Robe who won race 1. And we're going to do another prediction here for race 2. And look at Domitsakos looking on the inside of Pickles. Gets the job done. Good move there from Domitsakos, and now Tricky Vic gonna try to get past his mate Pickles. Pickles gonna let him go. Not just yet, it seems. is gonna fight as hard as he can, try to get the position back. He lost the slipstream. So he lost the slip. Maybe Vic could give him a nudge. Not just yet. Side by side almost. Vic still cannot get past Pickles. They're in a very high speed section of the track now. Maybe this is the chance that he needed. And Robe actually. Robe is also struggling to get past Socrates. What happened? He's 2.7 behind. Still not catching up there. Side by side, Tricky Vic and Ricardo Pickles. We see a little mistake there. Pickles touched the grass. Vic managed to get loose in front. Just what he needed. Now Socrates chasing the Canadian. Setting the prediction here. 10 minutes. Let's go. Who's gonna take this one? Should have done that before the race started. So that penalty there for Vic could cost him a good result. But what happened to Robe in this second race? Went off track there at the start and now struggling a little bit with pace, it seems. Tricky Vic and Domitsakos fighting for P1. Then we have a battle for P3 and P4 here as well. Oh, Vic trying to look on the inside. Don goes really wide. He's gonna try to go around the outside this time. Oh, they make contact, a little bit of smoke comes out. Probably touching tire with tire. No space to get past just yet. Here behind as well, Socrates is chasing the Canadian driver. Drone shot here with these guys, and Pico's actually catching up with Vic because Vic is slowing down a lot because of Don. More contact, more smoke coming out of the cars. Vic is flashing the lights. He's desperate to get past because this is costing him a lot of time, and Robe is right behind now. Robe is trying to catch up. They go through the second carousel now. Where is Robe? He is only 3 seconds behind, so after that penalty, Vic's gonna slot in behind Socrates for sure. Right, paying the penalty now. Vic will lose some positions. Slots right behind Ricardo Pickles, managed to get the slipstream back. And he would not lose to Socrates, I think. Socrates still has a little bit more overspeed. He does get P3, but only half a car ahead. A three-way here, a little bit of contact between them. Three-way down the straight, madness here in the green hell. Domitsakos lose in P1. Ricardo Pickles regains P2, and Vic managed to get ahead again. But a little bit of contact in the corners. That's Socrates up to P3 again. Someone is out. That's Pickles. Pickles in the grass. Carnage here in this final moments of the first lap of 3 here in the with the mini VGTs. Very, very, very packed race, and Pickles is out. Pickles is out. Lost the car there. Not sure what happened. Probably picked up terminal damage after that light contact. and ended up retiring in the dirt. And where is Robe? He's right off the back of Tricky Vic. So the Greek squad here is looking potentially at a full lockdown in the podium. But Vic's gonna do everything he can to prevent that. Robe going on the inside, side by side. There's contact between Robe and Vic. Vic still got half a car there. He's gonna try to fight back. At the end of the straight, might have space there. Robe still holding his position. Up the hype here because this race is absolute fire. All drivers, very similar tire wear actually this time as well. Robe because he was at the back. No, disaster for Vic. What happened? Bit of a sideways moment there for Vic. Loses contact. Now his hope is that Socrates slows down Robe enough. Gonna try to get the replay later. Pickle saying here, 4-time pushed off that race. Slow enough without that. It happens, mates. I think it's quite packed in there. There's not a lot of space for 2 cars, let alone 3. And Socrates shuts the door on Robe, does not let him pass. So it looks like there's no team strategy here today. This is good for Vic. Socrates slowing Robe down. That will allow Vic to catch up. And then we're gonna have a battle down the straight. So Domit sucks with a 1 second gap. 1.2 rather to Socrates. Robe 1 second behind, and now Vic is 1.4. Vic is closing in. Vic is closing in fast. The Greek squad locked down in the podium as it stands. The gap to the leader is now a half a second. Socrates is closing that gap. Is he gonna go for a move on his cousin, or he's gonna wait? Vic with a 1.1 second gap to Robe. He needs to close that a little bit more. Robe is now 9/10 there, so he's not having to brake earlier. He doesn't have. He's not losing that much time. Let's see if the other 2 guys in front of him will cause him to slow down. Okay, so Don actually got Socrates got past Don. We missed the overtake. At least I missed it. Hope it was in the broadcast at least. Now Robe trying to find space around Don. They make contact. There is smoke coming out of the cars there again, and Vic caught up. Vic caught up with Robe. It's literally Don slowing both of them down. Not on purpose, of course. And contact. Robe goes sideways, and Don as well. Suddenly, Robe's car was sent flying there by Vic. I suspect that there was again another bit of latency. It's the same thing that we saw last week. There's damage in the front and back of Robe's car, and Don's front as well. I'm not sure if Don did get to hit the wall. Let's have a quick look here. So here from Vic. Get a good angle. Yeah, that was not contact enough to do that, unless it was because Robe was sandwiched between Vic and Don, and that ended up magnifying the contact. It's not over yet though. Robe was only 1 second back, but for Don that cost a lot more time in the end. No worries, Vic. No need. Sorry, Pickles. No need to apologize, mate. I understand that is quite frustrating. We just saw another instance where probably connection putting the cars in different places and ended up costing Robe and Don the position in there. Robe right behind Vic. He is in the slip. His tires now are showing higher signs of wear than they were than I had predicted. You can see Vic's got much more rubber. Vic tries to shut the door a little bit too late. That allows Robe to be on the inside. Shuts the door, actually almost makes contact. Into the braking zone they come, early on the brakes, I hope. No contact this time. There goes Socrates, Vic and Robe. Super close. Can Vic fight back and catch up with Socrates? He's busy enough looking in his rear view mirror there, because Robe must be pretty big there in that mirror. Let's go good camera here with Robe. Guys are super close to each other. Oh, sounding the horn, get out of my way. Robe is not used to being behind. Oh, contact there with Vic, double contact. Gets past and Vic is in the wall a little bit. He's gonna lose a little bit of time. Really hard to pass on this track with latency problems. This kind of things do happen. It might be game over for Vic, who knows. It's now only Socrates between Robe and the win. But I don't think Socrates will give out the position that easily. Contact again. You can see damage on the rear of Socrates' car. Nothing in the front of Robe's though. Interesting. Robe did hit the brakes this time though. He realized what happened. I think they're both in Greece, so maybe the latency problem between them is not as bad. But that does play in Vic's favor, because he can close the gap on Robe. Is now down to 1 second only. It's not game over yet. This race here is full of surprises, full of comebacks. Way to go, Vic. Catching up there, trying to fight for the win. Robe literally kissing the back of Socrates' car. He goes into the grass though. It was a little bit too deep. Robe gets all the 4 tires onto the grass. That's gonna cost him a lot of time, because until the tires get cleaned up, you lose a lot of time. And look at the gap now to Tricky Vic is now 0.6 seconds. 0.5 even. It's going down even further. Robey's tire wear again quite high. He might be able to finish with the tires this time. But let's see. He did lose a little bit of time in the final few corners. In race 1 we had 0 tires, but Vic was too far back. But this time Vic is right there. Vic has got chances of passing Robey on track this time. They almost hit the GoPro camera there. Robey almost on the grass again. He's trying to find a place to get past his mate Socrates, who is not giving the position away easily at all. Vic trying to go around the outside, on the inside as they go around the carousel. All the 3, and Robey goes wide. Robey goes really wide there. Vic managed to get on the inside of the carousel. What a move! What a move! We're gonna try to get a replay of that in a bit, but that was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Little moment there for Robey, goes into the grass, almost nudges the wall. Did not pick up any damage. Very, very exciting race 2 here with the Mini VGTs, all drivers much closer. A bit of contact between Robey and Vic. There we see smoke again coming from the tires. Socrates goes wide, really wide. Contact right, left and center. So Socrates went wide. Vic passed. Robey passed again. Got another contact there. Robey now goes down to P4. Ladies and gentlemen, this race here is a hell of a roller coaster, just like this track. Let's use this time to see that overtake again one more time. So Vic coming really close here as they're coming to the carousel. Camera didn't do many favors here, but you see that Robey goes wide up and Vic managed to go around the inside with the extra tire grip. Beautiful, beautiful move there from Vic. Robey now lost a ton of time after that last contact. He does not have enough tires to fight back and he's too far from the slip as well. Maybe if the 2 Greek drivers help each other out, a bit of bump draft, they might be able to catch up with Vic. But 2.5, I think Vic's got this one. He's gonna redeem himself there from race 1. Very, very chaotic race here in the Green Hell. This heat 2 in the KTM division, sorry, the Mini VGT division. Very, very chaotic race. Are they gonna bump draft each other? No, they don't seem to even be on slipstream. Yes, they are now. 2.83 for Socrates after the bump draft. They take 4/10 off Vic, but it is not enough. It is not enough. Vic managed to do enough there, survive this chaotic race rather than anything else. Survives the race, and Tricky Vic will take the win here in heat 2 in the Green Hell, followed by Sock Art of Driving, which ended up taking a cone there at the end. Dom Mitsakos and Coach Robey out of rubber one more time. Unfortunately, Ricardo Picklets, we've lost him at the end of lap 1. But Tricky Vic, what a race! Here are the results. That is Tricky Vic with the win, Sock Art of Driving with the fastest lap actually, a 7:11. In P2, Dom Mitsakos P3, Coach Robey P4, and Ricardo Picklets with the DNF unfortunately in P5. Let's save the replays because this one we will want to take some photos. It was a bloodbath. Yes, latency seems to be a bit of a problem in the last part of the race. With the KTM's, not so much. The first race as well, I think, because there was a bit more gap between the drivers, it wasn't too bad. But this one, all drivers so close to each other, not so good, unfortunately. It is a shame, but very good job, everyone. This is round 4, right? Let's just prepare the lobby for the next race. Next week, we fly to Italy, Sardinia, windmills, for the only off-road round of the season. We have 2 different lobbies, one for the KTM, one for the minis, because you cannot enforce BOP or tuning for dirt races for some reason. So because of that, I manually set a cap of horsepower, PPs and weight for the cars. So if people want to play with the cars, they can, as long as they can have the same horsepower, PP and weight as the original cars in both divisions. That is it for today, guys. Congratulations to Robey for the double win there in the mini division. Congratulations to Robey for the first win within the Heat 1, and Vic in the Heat 2 here with the mini VGTs. Thanks a lot to all drivers. Thanks a lot to all drivers who joined today. It's always a pleasure having you guys with us. I hope that the drivers that could not come today will be back. Oh yes, the prediction. That's what Mrs. Rallycross is talking about. Prediction, yes. Who took that one? There was Vic, but we had no votes. No one voted. Shame. So no one took points home. But Vic with the win. Let's go rate someone. Then I'm gonna have lunch because I'm absolutely starving, guys. I'm starving. So I think I'm gonna say hi to SV Sosa or Manny. Let's go say hi to Sosa today. Actually, we rated Manny last week. Sosa 300. I hope to see you guys next week. Always a pleasure having you guys here with us. My name is Kurt Deininger, your host for today. Thanks for watching.